Thank you very much, Green Accord and President Alfonso, for selecting Mongabay India for this award. Thank you all for being so warm to me in the last three days. I learned so much, and I also special thanks for helping me shop. You protected my marriage, so thank you for that. And you know, I learned so much from all of you in all the personal interactions. I feel honored to receive this award on behalf of Mongabay India. We are the India-based subdomain of Mongabay, a globally respected news site on environmental conservation. Mongabay India started publishing in January 2018. My colleague Sandhya Shekhar and I were hired. She heads the program and I head the editorial. We were hired to start Mongabay India, and editorially we are autonomous. I mean, we are not. We take our own decisions. Autonomous from the global website. We take our own decisions. So even editorially, in terms of editorial policy, we made slight changes, because for people who know Mongabay Global, you know, the focus is on conservation species. In Mongabay, I mean, for India, the conservation dialogue is actually limited to very few people. So we expanded the scope to talk about environment, and over the period of time, we have talked about landscapes, we have talked about species, we have talked about India's energy transition, we have talked about biodiversity, we have talked about wetlands, we have talked about grasslands, we have talked about mountains. So we have covered an entire gamut. We have very detailed discussions on environmental economics, and now we are focusing on urban environment. So that's what it's been, and we have some months. I mean, not every month. I will not say an untruth, but there are months we have more than 1 million page views. So for a small publication of 13 people, we have only 13 team members, and we all operate from our homes. But we have other contributors who write for us. 13 team members. I think we have made an impact on that, and it's not just text that we're talking about. We tell our stories in video, we tell our stories in podcast, we tell our stories in interviews. We do op-eds. So whole series, the whole gamut. We tell map-based stories, we tell data-based stories. So the entire gamut we have been able to do in the last 6 to 7 years. I am honored and humbled to receive this award on behalf of Mongabay India team, because this award is for Mongabay India team. It's not for me. I'm just a representative of the team. We are 13 of us working from different parts of India, and let me just mention their names. I know, I have to mention their names because they are as much deserve of they deserve this award more than I do. So in alphabetical order: Aditi, Egan, Karthik, Kundan, Manish, Priyanka, Sandhya, Soumitra, Shailesh, Simran, Renuka, and lastly me. 13 of us. And those of you who can understand Indian names, you would have realized there are quite a lot of women names. So we are a very gender strong organization. And thank you for recognizing environment journalism from India for this year's award. 2 days ago, Jolene is back. Jolene is here. Jolene's presentation talked about the southern oceans becoming water, and that makes it very important for environment journalism in India. This means the Indian Ocean is becoming warmer and is already changing the rainfall pattern in the subcontinent, not just India but Indian subcontinent. Now this is of immediate, important impact on India's economy, because even though only 17% of India's GDP comes from agriculture, it still employs more than 50% of the country. So more than 50% of the country people rely on agriculture for their for the sustenance. The shifting of this agriculture, and the second impact of climate change, shifting of the agricultural envelope from the Indo-Gangetic Plain, which has been supplying India's food grains upwards and northwards and upwards into the Himalayas, also means there is a food security issue associated with climate change in India. So it's very appropriate that you're considering India for the award this year. Also, I mean, lest you forget, India has 4 of world's global biodiversity hotspots. 4 of them are in India. So of the 17 or so global biodiversity hotspots, 4 of them are in India. So and as you know, our biodiversity protects us from climate change, and climate change has an adverse impact on environment. So this award reinforces the impact of good quality editorial, where we focus on shedding more light rather than heat, because environment journalism usually has a lot more of heat than light. We have been very clear. We will shed more light rather than heat. That means we will be dispassionate. We will give research-backed information rather than heat. And we don't do advocacy or activism. We stick more to journalism, and we think that journalism, through journalism, we can support activism and advocacy. But if for a journalist to be a good journalist, he has to be true to his profession, because not very many of us are that good journalists. So thank you for supporting research, supported journalism. When the world is losing space for credible journalism, when public believe on WhatsApp University more than good quality journalism, it is necessary for us to protect our journalistic space. Despite all the diversionary noises, I mean all the noises that we hear always, in terms of what pretend to be journalism but what is not journalism, I am confident that our tribe will survive and grow. Thank you for this. And also, I'm just 10 days away from my 60th birthday. So thank you for this very rich birthday gift that I'm getting at the end of, I would say end, I still have years to go, but at a reasonable period of nearly 40 years.